Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very interesting unboxing. I'm at my hotel at Blade Show Atlanta. Something I got in just before I left, and I wanted to unbox this because I really wanted to see this before we went to Blade Show. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright, today I'm unboxing it with my McNeese Dixon. My little kind of custom one here. Sorry for the lighting, but you know, got to do what we got to do when we got to get in that box. So let's get into it. All right, no receipt in here, just a box. Okay, good, cool. Let's save the box for later. All right, so what do we have here? We have ourselves a Tactile knife company knife. This right here is it coming apart? Oh, okay, the glue's coming apart. Maybe too much pressure there. All right, let's see, can we get this open? All right, there we go. I bet y'all kind of know what this looks like. Yeah, this is the Rockwall Flipper version 2, Stonewash Titanium MagnaCut. So here we have Rockwall Flipper, features T8 hardware, shelved liner lock, 7.93 inches here, you can see all of that, and 6364 HRC. So let's take a look at this guy and see what we got going on here. All right, so this is the Rockwall Flipper, the version 2. I had the version 1 and it was a little too small for me, and taking it apart, it had free floating bearings. This has caged ceramic ball bearings, which we'll replace with skiffs when we get back home. But let's look at this. Dead nut centered. Can we see that here? I think you can see that with the light there, right? All right, we got this contoured, rounded corners on the scales. Deep pocket carry clip here, which is cool as well. Now, is that a steel clip? It is a steel clip. So I have magnet on my battery thing here, titanium scales, but steel clip, which is kind of a bummer. Wish they'd spent a little extra and gotten that titanium clip, or have an option for it. Here's the flipper, fully hidden. So let's go ahead and give this a flip and see how it goes. All right, there we are. Beautiful. Big old, nice little swedge there on the blade. Thin blade, not super thick stock, as you can tell. Nice jimping on top here you can reach into. It's got a nice little finger guard right there. You can get nice and tight on there. You could use the trigger choke point. That does work, but man, there's plenty of room back here. I've got large hands with big meaty fingers, so this is about equivalent to an extra large hands with normal size fingers. Double extra large hands with thinner fingers, right? So there you go. All right, so we got nice back spacer on there. There's the liner lock. We're engaged probably a good, I'm gonna say 30%. All right, so let's see how's the action. All right, no oil in this thing yet, but action's not bad at all. Let's see, how are we flipping here? Got good, okay, we got good traction. That's always important right there, that the jimping here actually works. It's not just there for show. That's nice. That was one of the things that I had a Mariner 2. I like that one a lot, but then I had a, what was their very premium knife? I sold that one, but the flipper didn't have great jimping on there, and that was very frustrating for me. But this is much better. Yeah, this is pretty comfortable in hand. I like that. Okay, so that's a steel liner. You can see that, and it's got some weight relief on there. This is titanium. Is it steel liner inside of that one, or is it just titanium? No, I think it's just titanium with a lot of weight relief. That's good. And the action's not bad. It's breaking in pretty good. Yeah, solid in there. I mean, I even put skiffs in there, and it's already starting to drop shut. Look at that. That's really, really nice. I dig that a lot. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Can we zoom in a little bit? Let's try to zoom in. There's the regular one. We're going to zoom in. Ooh, it zooms fast with this. I'm using my my DJI Gobi. What is it called? I forget what these things are called. Anyways, it's the one I'm using for my interviews at Blade Show. But there we go. There's a nice blade. I know you got the outlet in the background. It's an interesting background, isn't it? We're definitely kind of making do with what we have. Here's the texture all the way around. I love the pivot there. You can see the back spacer right there. It's really nice. And we can see the clip there. It is a steel clip. Pretty good relief. Nice little ramp there. It doesn't give you that extra space in there, so you're going to get caught on stuff. I like that. Definitely over here on the show side, you've got you know, captive pivot, and there's the liner in there with the great weight relief. I don't know. Can we get that in there, or do I have to get my flashlight? Let's see if we can see that with the flashlight. All right. Well, let me turn this on. All right, so let's see if we can get in there and show that. So there's the titanium side. You can see all that weight relief. Let's see, can we see it on the back side here too? We can. So you see all that weight relief in there? We'll go over here real quick. Look at that. You can see that in there, weight relief. And then you can see the steel liner on this side. Let's see if I can get a good angle toward it. Yeah. And you can see all the cutout on the steel liner. That's nice. And then the engagement right there. I think that's nice. Okay, so we'll turn that off. I know we're kind of just making it work, right? This is how we're going to make it work, make it raw, make it happen. All right, so very cool little knife. I like it. I like it. This is just an opening first impression. Nice and sharp. I like the drop point on here. Nice. And it's already starting to break in really nice. Flipper works really good. If you're going to be a flipper only, you better be good, right? So let's go ahead and zoom back out to 1. Get ourselves a nice little shot here. What do you think about that? We'll do that right there. Maybe I'll do it down here. Try to get that like that. So that's a nice little but not little knife. I like it. I like it a lot. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty stinking cool. And let's see here. Can you hear the detent? Let me see if we can get close enough to the mic here. Nice clickety. Hopefully you could hear that. It is nice and clickety. Nice detent. It does flip out really well. That's cool. Yeah, neat little knife there. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely worth checking out. So this was their new drop. If you compared it to the old one, the old drop was a much smaller knife. It was a little tighter. Then they came out with the thumb studs, and I couldn't use the thumb studs. They were too tight, too close. Very uncomfortable for these big old meaty fingers, so I was very unusable, and it was just not functional at all. And I tried it. I bought like 2 or 3 of them, and none of them worked for me. So I was very bummed out about that. And when they first dropped this, that was the very first thing I asked them. I said, "Can you make a bigger one?" You know. And they finally did. I'm glad they did, because I like this a lot, and I like the fact that it's caged bearings. I could put skiffs in there. Archer, that's the other one. The Archer was their premium one, and I put a little extra jimping on the flipper on that one because it wasn't all the way out, and my finger would slip off. Very frustrating. This one has good jimping here, and I love the nice angle there. You see that? Get a good presentation, nice grip, comfortable, no hot spots. That's really nice. I like the stone washed on here. They have a DLC version that's really nice, but I like the stone wash. I think that's pretty nice here as well. But yeah, I'm glad they didn't do the thumb studs on this one. That's, to me, was a win. If you're going to do thumb studs again, they need to be comfortable. They can't be so close that they're uncomfortable. I've seen too many great knives have bad thumb studs, and when you have bad thumb studs, it just kind of ruins it. I mean, look at my large Sabenza. I know Chris Reeve knives, and the loyalists will say they love those pyramid thumb studs, but they're the most uncomfortable thumb studs out there. There was a few Poikilo knives that I really enjoyed, and I told them about the thumb studs, and they actually said, "Yeah, but we agree. We're going to have different ones," because the one I was checking out was actually a production sample. It wasn't actually a production finished product. So the production ones that are going to be dropped are going to have different thumb studs. So that's good to know. They'll be much better. So I'm super excited about that. But it is unfortunate when you get those types of thumb studs that just really don't work, and you want to replace them, right? But I like the flipper on here. Now it's a flipper only, but it works. It works. It's a nice thin knife. I mean, it's not as thin as the other one was. Definitely a little more, little more roundedness and a little thicker as far as the knife goes compared to the other one. You know, I like that, but I do also really like the jimping there. Do you see that? The nice jimping on that. I think that's really outstanding. All right, I rather enjoy it. Let me see if I can get the light over here just a little bit better, so you can see that. Yeah, I like that. Really cool. Nice. I hope they maybe they'll sell a titanium version of that. I'll ask. That would be really cool, because I've been to steel ones pretty badly. So yeah, there we go. All right, well, this is the hotel room unboxing of Rob's Nerdy Knives, kind of a special one. We'll probably maybe do that if we buy anything at Blade Show on Friday and Saturday. But yeah, I just wanted to dig into this one, get a chance to look at it. In case you're curious, here are the specs if you want to zoom in on it and take a look. Here, let me make sure my big old meaty thumb is out of the way. So there are the details if you want to look at that. And of course, you know, the big old nice logo there in the back. And here's the box in case you wanted to take a look at that. Rockwall flipper version 2, titanium, MagnaCut. Really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, well, hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting that like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, enjoys the content, is part of the community, part of live streams. Thank you. Appreciate you guys so very much. If you haven't already, maybe also consider hitting that notification button. Yeah, that little notification button about future content like this and other videos. That would be cool, right? Maybe you like this content, you want to see more. Also, a big shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you. You do two amazing things. You encourage me by your support, and then by your well, your support, just being there, just encouraging me in words and always being there. But also by your memberships and your subscriptions, they really encourage me, because they allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I could. They allow me to check out knives sooner. They allow me to do the once a week budget banger kind of giveaways. They allow me to check out knives from other people and be able to cover the shipping, be able to have some subscriptions to different tools that I use for this channel. So thank you to you channel members out there. As a result, I like to do two things for you. I like to do a once a month members exclusive giveaway. It's just for you. So every week we'll have a budget banger giveaway, but then that once a month, in that week in once a month, there will be two giveaways, one for everybody and then one also for the members. So the members get to be part of two giveaways. So that's the first thing. The other thing I like to do is give all new channel members a channel sticker and a little thank you note. So the way that works is you just got to be actively a member right now. You have to have never asked or received a channel sticker. So that could be 99% of the time it's new channel members, but could be a member who was a member all along, or someone who was a member and then became a member again. If that's you, email me your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. Sincerely, I really would. And yeah, thank you to everyone out there. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. So it's like this, but no apostrophe, and there's an underscore. So Robs_nerdy_knives. All right, check me out over there. Oh, matter of fact, I think, yeah, I actually have it on here. So here we go. Robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. So check me out over there if you wouldn't mind. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week.